Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. And so sorry for the super long hiatus, but as you know, the whole world is basically gone to shit. I've just been hibernating, as you all probably have as well. And I also didn't really have too much changes to talk about in regards to my hair, so that's why I kind of just kept on the DL. But I do have some updates that I should probably share with you guys. Just in case you were like referring to some of my past videos, some things I don't do anymore. And I also missed so bad, I missed my 4-year lock journey kind of update. That was in April 1st. I remember it's always April Fool's Day every year. I started my locks April 1st in 2016, and I don't know, girl, I missed it. I'm sorry. My locks have grown exponentially, and I'm definitely due for my root touch-up, but I will save that until December for Christmas. Before we continue, I do want to talk about my lipstick because I know you will ask. And it is the Juvia's Place Tattoo Matte Lipstick. Fantastic. I have no liner on, no anything, just literally I put Vaseline on, put it on one coat, and that was that. Left it to dry, and it's one of my favorite reds. Any other red you've seen me wear on my channel before this video is definitely Colored Rain Fever, but then this one is Juvia's Place. Alright, so in terms of changes of hair, so the first big change that I've kind of been doing with my locks right now is interlocking on a monthly basis. I think beforehand I probably said that I do it every 2 months, but I did say that I used to do like my front row kind of on a monthly basis because it would grow, and then like it would be kind of hard to style like this because it would be kind of puffy at the roots. But what I started doing actually is just doing my whole head of hair every month. Now, what does that really entail? I still use my what is it called, safety pin. That's my lock tool, my interlocking tool, because I think it's the best. You just are able to clip the hair, loop it through and not have to worry about like holding it or having to worry about it falling out of like the nappy lock tool. This kind of monthly interlocking thing means for me is that I don't have to worry about the hair kind of marrying each other anymore, because what I started to notice is, even though I would do like my front row or my front 2 rows like every month, those were fine, but like the ones in like the back, the middle, left, right, all of this, after about 2 months or a month and a half, it gets kind of difficult to like style or just like let it be down without having to worry about like so much like marrying and like popping of locks. And I wash my hair every week, I still do that, but like once it gets to like week 6, week 4, week 5, and I wash the hair that week and it dries, it's like the whole new growth just like dries on itself, right? So like, let's say I wash it on Saturday, right? Okay, I left it, I didn't do anything to it, I just left it down. So now it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, and I want to like put it up in a bun, put it up in a ponytail, do like 2 pigtails or something like that. It always gets so difficult to like separate the hair, because you can always hear like the of all the little like small strands that have like just dried on each other because they've grown. So instead of worrying about this, I think the best thing that I started to do for myself is just to every 4 weeks, once it's near the end of the month, I will just interlock the hair. And now what this means is that I won't get a full 4-point rotation in every single lock. I mean, that's just impossible. That's like so much that's so much rotation, right? Typically what ends up happening is this: on the front kind of 2 rows, I'll get about 2 rotations. So like I'll go 1, I'll go again, and that's done. Whereas like the back kind of like 3 rows, for the most part, it's just like 1. Like I literally just take it and go in once, and that's it. And then the middle part, like right here, that one I can also get 1 or 2 depending on how thick the lock is. So it's not like a perfect system, but I do know that it works for me now, because every 4 weeks, once it starts to get to that point where it's growing a little too much and like the roots are starting to like marry each other and everything's starting to like stick to each other, it starts to get kind of difficult for me to style, and it almost starts to hurt also. Like, I don't know if you hear some people are like, oh, my locks are hurting, and it's not that like your scalp is on fire, it's just that there'll be that 1 strand or 2 strands from one lock that has like stuck itself to another lock, and so you have that constant like pull And when you have that pull, it's just so hard to isolate and find where exactly that one pull is coming from. Now multiply that by like your whole head, when each one is just like stuck to another one, stuck to another one. And it's just like too much to deal. So I'm like, I'm eliminating that problem. I'm just gonna do this interlocking monthly and just call it a day. And that's like working really nice for me. In terms of, you know, interlocking, washing, and retouching, how all of this plays with each other, like, I interlocked my hair yesterday, and that was Thursday, and I will probably wash this hair tomorrow, which is Saturday. So like I don't interlock my hair, you know, on like a, okay, I'm gonna wash my hair like a Saturday and then interlock it on Sunday so I can have a fresh, you know, roots for like the week or something like that. I really, doesn't matter how it looks. Like once it's interlocked, I will probably wash it. It'll get probably more rougher than this, and that's fine with me. Like it doesn't have to be like perfect, right? And also when I do interlock my hair, like I am not you know, going so deep where you can almost see like the two viper fangs is what I like to call them. Like when you see people have like interlocked their hair so tight that you can literally see like how it like flips on itself, that thing like scares me. So I never get to that level. Like you can still see like when I interlock the hair, like it's still movable, right? Because it's not stuck in that like last rotation. If you interlock, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then it's okay. That's change one. Change two, I don't know if this is a change. I feel like this is what I've told you guys I was still doing, but I color my roots every 2 months, so basically at the end of the month. So I'm supposed to actually do it probably this weekend, but I'm not going to do it this weekend because my birthday is in the end of December and Christmas and all of that stuff, even though we can't go anywhere because coronavirus. But I want to actually delay that, so it's going to be 3 months before I actually color my roots. But I'll probably do another video about, you know, how I color the roots, but I'm sure it's the same as one of the other prior videos that I've done where I colored my whole head of hair. But instead of, you know, I don't do my whole hair anymore. I don't think I ever did, but whenever I do my roots, I just put bleach on the roots, and I use 30 volume developer. I use my Wella T15 plus T18. Is it 15 or is it T11? I will not give you misinformation in this video. Instead, I will make another one that actually gives you the correct information. So scratch everything I said. In terms of washing my hair, I still wash my hair on a weekly basis. Doesn't matter whether it's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or maybe it's Monday and then next Monday, but it's basically kind of every 7 days. You guys already know my hair, my scalp just gets really itchy. I cannot hang longer than 7 days, girl. I can't do it. I can't do it. And in terms of like shampoo, conditioner, so I actually use the Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine shampoo and conditioner mix. I have like the really giant tub that you can literally only get from Target, which is like Monopoly, but like it's okay. But it's very cheap. It's like $7. And so I use that shampoo, and I love the conditioner. I used to use the conditioner when I was a loose natural, and it's just so thick, so nice, so creamy, and it just like the moment you put it on your locks, it's like everything is just so soft, so nice. And then once I get out of the shower there, one thing that has changed, the third thing that has changed here is that I no longer oil my scalp. So before, I'm sure you can probably see in all of my prior videos, is I used to oil my scalp kind of religiously. The moment I washed my hair, I would oil my scalp, and the reason for that is because I used to have really itchy scalp. So when I used to have really itchy scalp, one thing that did help me was the castor oil. Like you have to go with the thickest one, like castor oil, put that on the scalp, like everything soothed and it was fine. And as I started to not have too much of an itchy scalp, it kind of moved towards more of a dry scalp, if that makes sense. So I then switched from castor oil to coconut oil, because you know castor oil is obviously very thick. So I moved from castor to coconut oil. But then around like the beginning of this year, I know it's been a long time, but I noticed that I don't really get itchy or dry scalp anymore. So there was kind of no point really to, you know, oil my scalp like after I washed my hair. The way I actually found this out was one day I washed my hair and I just forgot to like oil my scalp, and I noticed like, oh wait, like my scalp isn't itchy, it's not flaky, nothing happened. And I was like, this was technically an accident. But I was like, okay, let me just, you know, see the next week. So the next week I also washed my hair, didn't oil my scalp, and like same thing, it was fine. It wasn't itchy, it wasn't flaky, it was just like normal. And I was like, whoa, like I've never had like normal scalp since I had locks. Like in the first 2 years, I would say I had such itchy scalp, like it was crazy. It was just not funny. And then after like the 3rd year, it was more of like flaky type of scalp, not itchy. But now I guess in this 4th year, it's like everything's normalized. So hallelujah, praise the lock lords. Very happy about that. So yes, I no longer oil my scalp, and I think that's all the changes in terms of like maintenance for my hair. So I interlock once a month. I just wash continuously once a week. Don't oil scalp, but I do put like, so I'll wash my hair, put coconut oil on the hair itself, like minimally. Then I'll let that dry till about 80-90%, and then once it's dry, then I'll put my Carol's Daughter Magic Marigutes, I think it's called. I've used this like throughout my whole channel, but I'll put that on my hair just like sparingly, and that's it, you know. And then on a daily basis, it's just water and maybe a little bit of coconut oil, and then maybe like on the 3rd or 4th day, I'll put another, like, you know, not palm, but like a little finger of the Carol's Daughter Magic Roots cream. But that's really it. It's very simple, so I don't really have anything to talk about. I think I probably should do a QA at some point soon. And we can probably do like a length check here. But you know, I still have my first 2 rows of the back of my locks shaved, so I still have that undercut. That's still there. Don't plan on ever growing it back because I do not like the first row of the back of locks. They just like never lock properly. They always look like garbage, and they just like, they get on my nerves. I just can't. So that's why I shaved it off, and that's really the only reason. And the second half reason is because I don't really want thick locks. I want my locks to be relatively like thin. And so when I have those last 2 rows, I can't put my locks in a ponytail with like one hand. I know that sounds so strange, but one of the goals that I had when I was like starting my locks was not to have thick locks. I wanted it to be as compacted as possible, which is why I went with braids, which is why I continue to maintain with interlocking. But when I have like my hair in a bun like this, like I want my, I don't even know if you can see, but I want the hair to fit like in my hand. I don't want it to be so big that like I can't fit it in my hand, you know? Because at that point, it's like you can't even really do a ponytail. You can just do like some type of thing that just like raises up. But when I do a ponytail, like I want it to look like a ponytail because it's like this small, not like this big, you know? What I have been entertaining, though I haven't done it yet, is also kind of like shaving this like part of my front locks as well, and so just having this like almost connect to like the back there. And you know, we haven't done anything yet, but we might do something in the future. So I think that's it from me. I do apologize for my long MIA. I will try to make more consistent videos, but to be quite honest, I don't know what content to make because this is really the style I do on a daily basis if I need to go anywhere, which I'm not going anywhere because coronavirus. I can probably do a QA sometime soon, so if you do have questions, yeah, you can send me a DM on Instagram at braidlocks, or you can comment below on this video and I can try to put together kind of like a QA, and we can just do like a little bit of an interactive session. Yeah, so I hope you guys continue to stay safe. You know, it's tough times all around, but we will get through it, and I will be sure, hopefully, to make a 5-year lock anniversary next April Fool's. That is going to be a big one. So, but for the most part now, I think like my locks have grown that they're like touching, this is, my bra is here, so they're almost there. And do keep in mind, I don't have those 2 rows, right? So there's some things that are kind of like missing, but they've definitely grown a lot, and they feel, you know, really nice. And this is like my go-to style now. I basically just take like these 2 pieces of hair, put them in like a ponytail here, and then just like flip them under each other. Hope that makes sense. But it's very simple, and I just pull out my 2 little bangs here, and that's that. That's how I've been. If I need to go anywhere or Zoom meeting or anything, I just do this style. It's very simple, and I think it complements my face very well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for remembering me. Hopefully this video doesn't get lost in like the YouTube hole of like not posting for like 11 months, but I will see you guys sometime in the next week or so in another video that I'll talk about my retouching routine. Yeah, stay safe and just keep positive, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.